lit a bit of a fire. This is something we've been focused on digital currencies for, a couple decades. This is something we've been focused on digital currencies for, a couple decades.
Well, one of the biggest investors in Bitcoin is called Michael Saylor. We've talked to him before. He's co-founded and now still runs MicroStrategy. Michael Saylor joins us tonight with an update on how he's feeling about Bitcoin markets. Michael, thanks so much for coming on. So you're the voice that people who are interested in this topic listen to, I think, most carefully. How are you feeling about Bitcoin?
Look, Bitcoin's the most certain thing in a very uncertain world. And in a market full of chaos and sound and fury, people need a safe place to stand apart from the intervention of a government, an agency, or a corporation. So Bitcoin represents a fair, open, equitable network with a very simple promise to anyone that wants to join, which is what you own is yours and no one's going to take it away from you.
Do you think that one of the ideas behind Bitcoin was that it wouldn't be directly correlated to the equities market? So if the S&P dropped, Bitcoin wouldn't. Are we going to see that?
Well, in these markets right now, there's no simple place to hide. All the indexes are in bear market territory. Bonds don't represent a safe refuge because they're currency derivatives.
No.
Stocks have to grow their cash flows faster than the inflation rate. But if you zoom out 2 years since the beginning of the COVID crisis, you notice the U.S. money supply has expanded 36%. Gold is up 7%. The S&P index is up 29%. The Nasdaq's only up 19%. Bitcoin's up 229%. So if you can stomach the volatility and you take the long view, you've got a safe haven there.
So, I guess the simplest measure of how you feel is what you're doing. What are you doing with Bitcoin right now? Are you buying or selling?
Whenever I have some spare cash, we buy more Bitcoin. We're taking a very, very long view toward this. The network's only getting better. Adoption is improving. Very constructive regulation is coming out of DC. And the Lightning Network is moving us closer to Satoshi's promise of letting everybody in the world trade with each other at the speed of light in a fair and equitable fashion.
So you're buying?
Yeah, I'll be buying at the top forever. Right? The maximalists believe Bitcoin's an instrument of economic empowerment. I'm not trying to time in the market.
Right.
I just want to be in it.
I always want to know what people are doing, not what they're saying. So that really tells the story. Michael Saylor, great to see you tonight. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Tucker.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, I come back with that video just to make you think. And again, we have Michael Saylor on Bitcoin. And we know from the beginning, Michael Saylor said Bitcoin had no chance. All of a sudden, he becomes the ambassador. And who funds him? Morgan Stanley. That is correct. Michael Saylor is an NWO puppet. But he's right about the market. The Fed is putting us in a bear market. They're draining every asset. And like Michael Saylor says, he's looking at the long view. He's looking at the fourth industrial revolution. But first, the Fed is going to keep raising rates, running off this balance sheet to destroy the legacy market. So then therefore the new global digital economy rises, so the dollar falls. The digital yuan backed by that digital SDR in China rises. And then we're going to have Bitcoin Lightning for the robots, algorithms, and drones while the sheep go inside the metaverse. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you because he knows. When it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Uber, Bitcoin, self-driving cars. Combine those three together, and you have the self-owning taxi. A car that is a corporation that owns itself, pays for the car lease, the car insurance, and the gasoline from the revenues it makes, giving passengers a ride, and there's not a single human involved in that matter.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leverage to technology, and I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York. Long COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.